Alrighty, I just got through repairing a Motif ES8 here, and I'm going to show you all this video of how I did it, but please don't do it yourself. I know you'll be tempted to, but just pay someone to do it who's done it several times, and you'll be much happier in the long run. You won't tear up anything in the process, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoy it. Thank you. Okay everyone, I got a Yamaha ES8 over here the customer's complaining about key velocity issues. So let's turn it on and see what they're talking about here. Got it hooked up to a little speaker at the bottom. And I've already taken off some components, but I haven't opened it up yet. I was going to do that on camera here. But one pet peeve I have is putting screws back in keyboards. This thing only had 3 screws put back in, holding the keyboard together. I know it takes a little extra time. Just do it. Just do it. It's just good practice to put all the right screws back in. All right, so we got the keyboard on now. Let's turn it on to piano. Category search. Voice. Category search piano. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see here. That doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, that's the offending note. You hear how loud it is, and I'm playing it softly. It's just jumping out. I'm assuming there would be some other offending notes in this middle register here. Yeah, that's definitely gone bad. Normally I would, whenever you do key contact work, you might as well go ahead and do the whole board here. I tried to convince them to do that, but they only wanted to stick with this middle section. And the reason is, and you will see in the video here, you can't just replace that one key contact. It comes in strips. And they're not that expensive, so while you have the keyboard open, you might as well replace the whole thing, clean the circuit boards, the key switch boards there, and that way you'll have no issues. But they just want to stick with this section here, so that's what we're going to do. All right. Okay, I've got the keyboard turned off here. Now let's open it and see what it looks like inside. All right. We've got some of the string coming off here that holds the upstop felt. Yeah, so it's just detached from this side, it looks like, right there. That's no problem, we can put that back on. It's actually relatively clean inside as far as... I was a little worried because the outside was so rough looking, but that's not too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these screws out here, holding the keyboard action, take those out, replace the middle section contacts, clean the circuit board, and off we go. Also, a little trick on some of these motifs, you can put a wire to help you hold up the lid here. Just wanted to show that real quick. Okay, got the action out here, and got it on a flat surface, and we're going to take the screws out here, this one, and replace this middle section here, and probably a little bit of this one as well. While we're at it, we'll see. how far we want to go with this, but we'll definitely replace this middle section here. So, but yeah, you take those off and then you'll be ready to go. I also want to point out these connectors right here. You need to be real careful with them. They're just pins sticking through the holes right there. So what you want to do is ever so gradually lift up on this tab just a little bit and just kind of work it free here on both sides. Okay, this guy's free. You want to do this with your hand. Lift straight out. See, look at that. The pins look good. Nothing's really bent, and it'll be ready to go back in. So just be careful, kind of move it out of the way here and try not to touch it. Let's do this one as well. Let's come right here. Just lift it up ever so slightly. This side right here. And again, it's just gradual. Don't go crazy with it. Be easy on it. Take your time. Get it all the way out. All right, now it's all the way out. Again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna lift straight up. Look at those pins. Isn't that nice? No connectors are broken. Everything's good to go. All right, let's get those circuit boards off. All right, so I got in here and I just went ahead and replaced all the key contacts here. They needed it, and I can't have a customer out there with issues that may arise. I need this board to be working great, so I'll just eat the extra cost for putting the rest of them in there. I gotta have a good board out there planned. So got that back in. I'm gonna clean these guys with deoxit gold, and then put it back in and put it back in the keyboard and test her out. So let me do that. Oh, and when you're putting screws back in this keyboard here, use a screwdriver. Don't use a drill. This is just plastic inserts there, and drill a screw in and you're just going. It'll strip that out so fast. So just use a screw, hand tighten it, and that's the best approach on screwing the screws back in the circuit board here. Yeah, but don't use a drill. Okay, everything's back in place here. Got the connectors back in, nice. And again, just go easy on the connectors. Be real chill, go slowly. And try not to bend any wires there. And then you also have this connector on the side. And then the connector that connects this to the rest of the piano there goes right there. And so I'm gonna put this back in the keyboard chassis here. Oh, and also one thing I forgot to show is you can get some compressed air before you start this procedure, right when you first take it out, and just get some compressed air, blow out any of the dust particles and stuff like that before you start this. Yeah, just make sure it's kind of clean. And then you also want to block off the action here. I've got a little piece of wood that came out of a piano. So yeah, let's get this back in the keyboard. Okay, got the keyboard in here, and before I screw it down and everything, let's test it out and make sure it's good to go. I'm gonna close the lid. We'll plug back in the power cable here. There we go. Plug in the instrument cable into the left mono jack. Kind of turn on the keyboard here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna hit voice, just test out a piano there. Oh, forgot to hit category search, piano. Okay, here we are. Oh, gotta turn this guy on. Oh yeah, I can play super soft, loud. Well, let's test the whole thing. All right, it works. I'm gonna get all the screws back in there and call the customer. All right, thank you. Oh, I also cleaned the whole keyboard a couple times, but this is as good as it's gonna get. This is just, it's like rust and peeling right there. There's nothing I can do about that. Definitely not a miracle worker here, but keys look good. It plays nicely, so I think that's a wrap. Now I'm gonna call them. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.